Competition simulations, on a scale or just compared to other practice methods, I'd say the only thing more important than that is stack mat. Stack mat, box, random orientation if you do three blind, or if you do real one-handed, if anyone actually does that. Stack mat, right? That's really important. And I guess like inspection time, like the actual like structures of the competition. That's really, really important. But a lot of people ignore the other structures of competition, specifically the timing, when you solve, how you solve. And I think that really holds a lot of people back. So just kind of a bit of a backstory. Recently, obviously, everyone's trying to prepare for Worlds and other big competitions, and I'm no different. And so I was doing, normal solve. I was solve, scramble, repeat, no break, no warm-up cue or anything. I'm doing pretty well, improving and all that. And then a friend of mine has said, well, I should do competition simulations. I should scramble the cube, put it under the box, leave the room, maybe play with a warm-up cube. Fortunately, someone took my big cube, so I have to use a bad warm-up cube, but that will change soon. Anyways, take a warm-up cube, leave the room, maybe sit down in a different room for 2 minutes at least, or play on your phone, whatever it is you do in the waiting area, and then you come and solve. Rinse, repeat. And then for finals, if the final would be stationary, then obviously have stationary, but allow time for the scrambler to scramble and run the cube. That's really important. Like I noticed when I first started doing that, I probably dropped like 2 seconds on average. I was being terrible, and I'm slowly getting back up there now that I'm practicing this more regularly. But I was shocked at how important it was, because if you think 2 seconds, that's like well over 10% of my solve time, right? So that's big. 10%. I'm not saying that's the same for everyone, but if it's anywhere around there, that's a huge difference that you can knock off your times by doing this competition simulation. And I think there's a lot of reasons for that. So probably one of the biggest ones is just that your fingers aren't warm. Like even if you're doing warm-up solve or something like that, it's not the same as actual solving, and your fingers aren't properly warm. Same with, your head, right? Like your mind. When you're constantly solving, you're constantly in that focused state of mind. But when you're solve, stop, you got to get used to getting the engine going a little bit. So that's another reason. I would say things like the temperature of the area or the room, if there's a fan, or if it's a different room and it's cold or hot, that would be big difference. Getting used to going to different temperature zones. Different, if it's like hotter, maybe it's more humid, you sweat more. There are a lot of things that can be different. Oh, also the table, the chair. So yeah, tons of things that you think, oh, that's all right. Like, who cares about the chair? A lot of people should care about that. So from now on, my personal routine is kind of like break up practice into 2 different parts. There's like kind of more technical practice where I'm just working on a skill or several skills or algebra or something like that, and that's where you just do solve, normal practice, because you just to maximize the time you're actually solving in order to get better at those techniques. But I would say at least 50% of your practice, maybe more, should be competition simulation. So it should be breaking it up, doing a solve, waiting a good while, then coming back and doing another solve. If you have a friend who can judge you, great, you guys can swap off, and that can be your break. So yeah, that's just like something I thought I would talk about. It's a really important practice technique, second only to keyboard or stack mat. Keyboard is cheating. And so yeah, if you guys are trying to prepare for big competitions or something, definitely try this out. I would highly recommend it, because I think it's really helpful for everyone involved. So yeah, this is just my thoughts. Just on some other notes, sorry for not putting out some other videos I said I would do last week. I got caught up with some planning and other life stuff, which is resolved now, so business as usual. I want to do like a Roscoe Eka pros and cons video. That'll probably be on Thursday, and yeah, I'll just schedule it. And yeah, a few other things. I've got some cool ideas. But yeah, I'll be competing at the Northwest Champs in Montana in not this weekend, next weekend. I guess it's pretty close. And then the weekend after that, I'll just do making a short jaunt over to New Zealand to compete in something Oceania 10th anniversary. And then yeah, I'll be screwing around in Australia, seeing some cool things, and then Worlds, and then maybe one or two competitions in the later part of the summer. But yeah, that's how things are going for me. So lots of exciting stuff. Follow my Instagram, YouTube, Weak Boys Instagram, and other people's who, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the summer as much as I do. All right, see you later.